You are now listening to an Unprofessional podcast where you don't have to be a professional to add to the topic. Hopefully you guys are doing good today. Today I want to talk about my favorite game, Metal Gear. And what a great way to start episode 1 by sharing one of my personal all-time favorite games. Now, Metal Gear, I'm going to give you the quick rundown of what Wikipedia has to say about this game. Metal Gear Solid is an action-adventure stealth game. Video game developed by Konami Computer Entertainment Japan and released for the PlayStation in 1998. Blah, 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 all that stuff. Alright, let's go into the formal things. The game follows Solid Snake, a soldier who infiltrates a nuclear weapons facility to neutralize the terrorist threat from Foxhound, a renegade special forces unit. Snake must liberate 2 hostages, the head of the DARPA, and the president of a major arms manufacturer, confront terrorists and stop them from launching the nuclear strike. So, from my point, Metal Gear is about this dude who just goes in and whoops everyone's ass for the sake of America. Now, this game screams America because you play the most macho dude ever. I mean, this guy has like an arsenal in his pocket. You could rip out an RPG from a pistol to like an AK-47, a FAMAS grenade. The list goes on and on. Not only that, you're a highly trained soldier that can take on pretty much anything. You can knock on walls, confuse the guards that go in your direction, go behind them, and they just break your neck. So, this game was released in 1998. I was about like 5 years old, yo. I come from a family where they really don't care about the ratings in media, movies or games included. So my uncle gave me 2 games, Resident Evil and Metal Gear. I know, it's the perfect gift for a 5-year-old, don't you think? Now, I remember Resident Evil, it was too scary. It was too spooky for me, so I couldn't do it. Now, I put in Metal Gear. Granted, it was a little bit spooky, but it was so badass. I guess the curiosity in me was like, I need to play this game. This has guns. I'm used to playing Spyro and like Crash Bandicoot, cartoons kind of thing. Like a leap of faith towards my taste of games today. There's nothing you can compare the Metal Gear games today. I mean, there are a lot of games that try to take on the stealth aspect, but they do it horribly. It's just not there for me. But yeah, I was here playing big boy games. In the beginning of the game, I'm like, whoa, is this a movie? Or is this a PlayStation game? It really took me back, as I remember and I recall. And another thing that kind of made my little 5-year-old mind explode is that it came with 2 discs. And when it comes to 2 discs, what would you think as a little boy? 2 games, right? No, the game was just very long and very detailed. And when it comes to detail, I mean, like going back, you could knock on walls, kind of like lure the enemies towards you. You could walk in the snow, and here's the AI with it. The AI actually could see your footprints, and they could follow you. Isn't that smart? So all these little nooks and crannies were jammed into a CD, and it took a lot of space. Alongside the mechanics of the game, you had the overall feel and the writing. Now, going back to playing Metal Gear, I found that the dialogue is actually not that bad. Now, when it comes to the voice acting in this game, it's phenomenal. Even going back to it, I'm like, I can see why I cried back then. The delivery, and Snake was very close to his heart because a lot of the things he says is like metaphorical and like similes. This guy's deep. This guy's he's like Edgar Allan Poe on the battlefield. I'm like, man, this guy, he has his way with words. David H., I forgot his last name. I apologize. The delivery he makes with Solid Snake it's A tier. I mean, I'm very sad that he's not the voice now, but then you know what happened to Metal Gear. I'll probably get into that topic later on in these podcasts. The level design in this game. When it comes to PlayStation games or any kind of games in general, you know that there is like a linear path. Basically, if you're a dude that kills things, you're gonna kill things. So you see this big thing you have to kill, it's gonna be a test. So what do? You hit it a couple times and it dies. Pretty linear, we get it. But there's this one level, specifically in Metal Gear, the Psycho Mantis one, that I thought was horrifying. See, it took me about I don't know if I remember this correctly, but going back and playing it now, I'm like, I don't know how I got past this level. I just have no idea how my 5-year-old mind got past this level, because let me explain to you. So Psycho Mantis, he has like this little gimmick where he can read your mind and he knows your next move. And it breaks the fourth wall by telling you that, oh, you have these other Konami games in your memory card. And memory cards back then were like $40, okay? My mom blasted her ass to give me a memory card because I was tired of replaying the games over and over again. But Psycho Mantis would read your memory card and it would show you the games, and then he would say, and he would threaten you by saying that he will delete your game saves. What the fuck? Now, that's like a huge fourth wall break. I'm talking about bulldozing everywhere, dust everywhere. I mean, like, that blew my mind. And I mean, he doesn't delete your saved games, but right after you go into like this epic battle, he's like floating in the air like Chris Angel or something, and then you keep shooting with your SOCOM pistol, throwing grenades and stuff. But little did you know that there's actually no damage being applied. Oh, but the stakes are high too. He took your girl, Meryl. So he has your girl in this trance-like state with his Psycho Mantis abilities. So you have something to fight for. You're like, I need to get my girl back. So then you keep shooting, you keep doing it. You try to turn out like, you're trying to kill this dude, and you're not making any progress. So the only thing you have to do is, just turn off your console. No, apparently you have to take on that fight and actually plugging in your controller to player 2. Then, only then can you shoot him and kill him. It says this nowhere on the box, nowhere in the manual. I don't know if I looked it up online. I mean, back in 2000, I think the internet was pretty in its beginning stages, so I'm not sure how I found that. Maybe I got my dad to help me, who knows. But level design in this game, it's so unique. I mean, that's got to be my favorite boss battle of all time. And just a personal step back on why this game is my absolute top 1 favorite game is because at that time, my parents were super busy, and video games never gave me an emotional kind of feeling. Like Spyro and like Crash Bandicoot, it was all well and fun. It's a distraction. Now, this is why I say video games are a piece of art. When I played Metal Gear, it was more of an emotional value. So you can relate to these people. I think it's my first game that actually included. I think it was my first game with actual people and not like cutesy characters like dragons and stuff like that. So I could really connect to it and like lose myself in this game because it was so relatable. As relatable as it can be when it comes to nuclear war. But like I said, my parents were always busy, so I spent my time playing video games, and I kept replaying this for the replay value. I mean, you get to unlock new guns, new skins, well, like I guess like little items you can use throughout the game again to make it easier for you. But the story itself, I just love seeing it over and over and over and over again. It was perfect for me. It was more of a distraction. It was more of a creativity boost. Now, I know I might be getting a little bit, out there. Well, hang tight. But now I know I'm getting a little bit out there, maybe a little bit emotional, but it's all good emotions. I'm sure I'm not the only one, I'm sure I'm not the only gamer that has like an attachment to a game. But that kind of wraps things up from my end. And this has been episode 1, my favorite game, Metal Gear. Before I let you guys go, make sure to back me up on this Patreon. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, comment, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'm very eager to hear what you guys have to share. I mean, what is your favorite video game and why? And I also liked one of the comments and see if I could do a deep dive and see like more about the history of the game and the little random facts here and there. Kind of like, do you know gaming, but a little bit better, I guess. Thank you for tuning in. This has been an Unprofessional podcast. Until next time.